the crowns of Artemisia. These crowns of precious stones and metal stand as the outward embodiment of the highest ideals of the people of Artemisia.
It's doing that damn flash.
Good people of Artemisia, be seated now and take your ease. And whilst, for a short time, you will be regaled with a tale of great historical significance. In the year 1118, by a common reckoning, Easter Sunday, if you must know, Count Baldwin of Edessa was crowned as King of Jerusalem, succeeding his father, Baldwin I, to become the second such king of the greatest of all Outremer kingdoms. Less famously, a similar transition of power did take place in the region, in a land forgotten by the annals of time, but known well to those familiar with the practices of the current Middle Ages, as the Kingdom of Artemisia. With their brief time upon the thrones of Artemisia having come to a rather sudden conclusion, their Royal Majesties, Michael and Sati, were insistent that the reins of power must be passed on to one who could prove a solid line of ancestry and the right to claim the Griffin thrones for their own. So it was the Sean Kirkpatrick Tarragon, having provided sufficient evidence of direct descent, specifically his striking resemblance to the 4th, 8th, and 16th kings of Artemisia, did come before the great officers of state to make his claim to these mighty lands. This gentleman did come before the bureaucracy of the kingdom to make his claim. Collectively did he say unto them, on the 4th of April, in the 43rd year of the rediscovery of gentility and chivalry, in these, the current Middle Ages, did I, Sean Kirkpatrick Tarragon, take up the challenge and contest with the great warriors of our glorious kingdom, in order to establish my right to stand before you now and make claim to the Griffin thrones. I come before you now with the full support of Kumar Nisa al-Anatolia, my intended consort queen, with her steadfastly at my side. Together, having satisfied the laws and customs of these lands, we stand ready to lead this glorious kingdom to continue and renewed prosperity for so long as the forces of time will permit us to do so. We ask that you now recognize and legitimize our claims as we have presented. Then, this man, having boldly stated his claim, did turn to the constable of the land and asked, "Our Lord Constable, have we, in your estimation, earned our right, through trial of combat, to ascend these mighty thrones of Artemisia? And have we done so in a manner befitting the highest standards of excellence, with grace and courtesy for our competitors, and the glorification of their prospective consorts in the forefront of our minds?" The great constable of the land did reply,
Constable has indeed witnessed the combat that led to the great prince and princess's ascension to the great mighty thrones of Artemisia. Through great courtesy and grace, they have indeed glorified the competitors and their consorts with the highest standards of excellence and courtesy. In recognition, I do recognize this claim to the Artemisian throne as being valid.
Then, this man who would be king approached the treasurer of the state and asked of her, "Have we, to your satisfaction, continually demonstrated an appropriate concern for the financial well-being of the subjects of these great lands? And as such, have we proven our worth to preside over the royal coffers of state, having shown that we shall conduct the business of the kingdom with the wealth and prosperity of the kingdom chiefly among our priorities?" The treasurer of Artemisia issued forth her response.
I have indeed been witness to the great considerations of this prince and his fine lady, Nisa, princess of all Artemisia, regarding all matters of the treasury, be they great or small. And I do recognize the right to Artemisia.
Nextly, this heir to the mighty Griffin thrones had this to ask of the great scholar of the kingdom. Have you not been witness to our scholarly contributions to these great lands through all of the time that you have served in your great office?
I haven't.
And do you as well know of our considerable commitment and support to the artisans and scientists of Artemisia? The great scholar of the kingdom did indeed recognize these contributions. As she said,
I have indeed witnessed the devotion to the arts and sciences of this couple. This gentleman has had many more years of training, but he has taken the hand of his dear lady and encouraged her learning, as he has indeed taken the hand of many of our populace and brought teachers from afar to teach the populace. They indeed do support the arts and sciences, and I do say they are worthy.
lastly, the magistrate of the kingdom was asked to validate the claim set before him by this man of some modest renown. For you who stand as curator and protector of the laws, customs, and traditions of our great kingdom, have we met all obligations expected of the crown of Artemisia? And are you now prepared, after hearing the testimony of these other great officers of state, to recognize our claims to these lands? The magistrate of the kingdom, having given great consideration to the matter placed before him, had this to say.
Fairness Juliana, seneschal of this glorious kingdom, did bid me examine this question thoroughly. My examination and the testimony of these other great officers have led me to the inescapable conclusion that Duke Sir Sean has fulfilled all obligations and exceeded expectations, and is therefore the right and true heir of the Griffin thrones.
After having his claim validated by this body of governance, a lady of humble origin did step forth from the crowd who had gathered to witness the proceedings, making herself known to this man, who it would seem was ready to take his rightful place upon the throne. This fine lady did speak to this prince, and said unto him,
Your Highness, it would seem that the aristocracy and the great officers of our fine kingdom have found you fit to rule these great lands. As one of the people over whom you intend to rule, I, Lady Janet Moyer de Breen, ask of you that you would proffer your commitment to the common people of Artemisia. I humbly ask that you grant before this august assembly your oath of fealty
And to that, this prince did indeed submit to her request.
Lady Janet, I could not, in good conscience, expect that the people of Artemisia would submit unto me their fealty as their king, were I not willing to do the same. I am, of course, freely willing to become in all ways the first servant of the kingdom of Artemisia. I would ask you now to take this, the sovereign crown of Artemisia, and hold it before me, so that you and the people of Artemisia might hear my oath. This day do I, Sean Kirkpatrick Tarragon, in the presence of the people of Artemisia, good men and women who have come to honor the crown, I humble myself before you. As I take up the crown, rightfully and legitimately obtained, I promise that I will be faithful and will observe my duties to the people in good faith and without deceit. With glad will I pledge homage and fealty, with hands and with mouth, in peace and in war. And I will defend thee against all malefactors and invaders. I will keep due law and rightness. I swear that I will always be a faithful king to thee in all things in which a king is required to be faithful to his people. Therefore, let all present come to know that I, Sean, serve the kingdom and people of Artemisia. So it is that in accordance with the laws and customs of our kingdom, that I do declare myself Sean Rex Griffiths,